Everybody, this is a guided walkthrough for the Bandit 4 level from the Bandit Labs over at overthewire.org. So we're just going to use SSH to log into the level, and then after we see the login screen here, it's going to ask for the password. We're just going to copy and paste in the password from the previous level, then we're going to hit enter to log in. Okay, so now that we're logged in, we're just going to clear the screen with the clear command, and then do ls to take a look at what's inside this directory. So this is the in here directory. So we can tell something is a directory if we do ls-l. We see that this is a directory, and the way we know that this is a directory, well, first of all, they color the name of the directory blue in this terminal here, but we can also see from the ls output here that this is a directory because it's got this D over here in the list format. So we're going to move into the directory with the cd command. So cd space in here, and that's going to move us into the in here directory. From here, we can do the pwd command to print our working directory, which is the directory we're in. So we're in the home Bandit 4 directory in the in here directory. And let's take a look at what's inside this directory. So if we do ls, we see that there's 10 files. So there are 10 files in this directory here. Let's talk a little bit about this. So in Bandit level 4, we're talking about text versus data content. And this is a very important concept to understand when you're working with computer files. So computer files typically contain one of two types of content, either human readable text or machine readable data. So if you read a file and there's a bunch of stuff that looks really strange, it's probably not it's probably not intended for humans to read. Okay, so let's demonstrate over here. So for example, we've got these files. So cat, and remember this file starts with a dash, so we can't read it normally. If we try to read this normally, it doesn't work. So we have to do the technique that we used in the previous level, and we need to put a // in front of the file name. So //-file00. If we read the file like this, it just gives you a bunch of garbage, and we can't read this. So what can we do? We can't read these files. Actually, the goal of the level is actually to read one of these files, but this is a good opportunity to introduce this. And this is the file command. It's a bit confusing, but there is a command in Linux called file, and if we run the file command with the name of a file, it'll tell us the contents of that file. So if we run file on file 00, it tells us that the contents of the file is data. So data in this case means machine readable data that people can't read normally. So files with data content are not meant to be processed by files with data content are meant to be processed by computer software. So when they're talking about data, this data here is meant to be read by software programs or by the CPU, and not by people. That's not going to be readable if you read it by using the cat command. So in this level, we're meant to find out which file contains text contents and not binary data content. It would be tedious to look through the files one by one, but there's a way to scan all of the files at once. So we need to look through all of the files and find out which one has human readable text. this is where the file command in Linux comes in. So the file command in Linux is used to return the type of contents of a file. So if we run it on a file with data contents, it's going to tell you that the contents are data. And we're going to combine it with this over here. It's called the star wildcard character. This is called star or asterisk. The asterisk special character in Linux is used as a shorthand for all files. So this does something called file name expansion. I think that's what it's called. And we can run a command like this one, the one above, to combine the file command with the asterisk wildcard character to run the command on all of the files in the directory. So if we, let me demonstrate over here. So this is my my Kali Linux machine over here. I've got a bunch of files in here, and if I wanted to read all the files at once, I could do cat star, and the star in this case means all of the files in the directory. If I give this command, it's not going to let me read any of them because it says permission denied. Interesting, but it did try to read all of the contents in the directory here. But that's because I used this special character, the star character. But basically, we can combine the file command and then use it on all of the files in the directory by doing /star. So this is what we're going to do. So over in the Bandit server, we've got our 10 files here. If we run the file command on star, meaning all the files in the directory, it's not going to work because there's a special character at the beginning of the file. So what we need to do is we need to do // to specify it's this directory. So we're going to do file and then space and then // for this directory, and then we're going to do star, which is all the files in this directory. So if we run this command, it gives us this output. So it tells us the contents of all of the files at once. So all of the files in this directory are binary data that we can't read, except for this one, file number 7. So we can read that file and then get the password. Well, hopefully that's the password. Okay, so let's go ahead and read file number 7. So we just use the cat command again, // and then file 07. And this is the password for the next level. Okay, so we're going to copy this. And remember that this is the password for Bandit 5. And to get out of here, we need to exit from the level. All right, everybody, this was a guided walkthrough for Bandit level 4 from Bandit Labs from overthewire.org. Everybody, if you enjoyed this guided walkthrough, please click on the like and subscribe buttons on the video and leave a comment underneath the video. But until next time, HackerFrogs out!
Hey there, HackerFrogs! Are you enjoying this workshop? Learning new concepts and skills? If so, there's a way you can support the channel, and it's totally free. Just click on the subscribe button below the video. Also, click on the like button. And if you have questions or comments on this workshop, please leave them below the video. Thanks for listening. And now, back to our scheduled programming.